Hi Flosstube, it is Mel from Mel of Hope Stitches. Welcome to my channel. Today is Sunday, January 12th, 2025. Can you believe it is 2025? Happy New Year, everybody. It has been a full semester of school since I've been here. Life has been a little bit busy in great ways and in not so great ways. And sometimes I was just so tired I didn't have time to stitch when I came home, or if I had time to stitch, I didn't have time to be on Flosstube. And so I did pick stitching over getting on here, and I just knocked that. I apologize for that. My goal right now is to kind of just show you what I've done this like from August to now, and then I'm hoping to do a whip parade soon. So I'm going to share finishes, full finishes, whips, maybe some loose plans, in really no particular order. I am not going to show you everything I have purchased since August because, wow, it has been a lot, but I'm not sure exactly what I've shown before or not. So I'm not going to get into that. I did have the amazing opportunity to go to Stitch West in October, which was fantastic. Kathy Haberman is just such a graceful, humble, beautiful human being. Her stitching is amazing. She had a trunk show, and I think I bought just about every pattern she owns. She was fantastic. I had the opportunity to go to Pine Needle while I was in Utah and to go up to Shepherd's Bush. Great experiences, but most of all, I met amazing, great women. And that is what, to me, this craft is about, is meeting other people and having fun with them, finding things in common, and just sitting back and having fun, relaxing, and doing what we like to create. What was really cute is in the hotel, we sat at a bar area and we're stitching, and we had people come up and just ask, what are you doing? And some people got renewed into the craft and different things, and it was really kind of a neat experience. So having said that, I'm not going to get into more of Stitch West and all that kind of stuff. If you have questions about it, you want to ask me, please feel free to leave a comment below, and I would certainly get back to you about it. But today we're going to talk about stitching that's currently going on. So back at Thanksgiving time, I really wanted to have some full finishes that were Thanksgiving related. And I will tell you people, I finished these the night before Thanksgiving. That's like how it was. But I made, well, it started with me getting my smalls ready, my smalls exchange ready for Stitch West in October. I decided to do Thankful from Stitching with the Housewives, which is a free chart. It's cute. It's little. I did it as a little blue pillow. It came out darling, and I did a little turkey. And then I was like, well, I don't have anything for Thanksgiving. So I decided to do some Sassy Strippers. So this is the Sassy Strippers series from Stitching with the Housewives. And I did this cute little girl. She is bringing home harvest. And I also did her friend, the Pilgrim Boy. I don't have his chart with me right now. But what I did was I finished these as a super cute, tiny, tiny flat fold. I mean, here's my hand and here's how small these are. But they're cute because I have this like tiered little area in my living room, and they just sit right on the shelf. So I did this on 32 count cashel linen, and then I just used some fabric from my stash. I had some Lady Dot Creates for on the edge because I really wanted to keep the emphasis on the stitching. So this was the little girl, and this was the little guy holding up this adorable turkey. I just think it's so precious. Color-wise, I used what they called for if I had it, and if not, I found something Thanksgiving-ish and said, I'm going with it. I am now keeping, this is like my Thanksgiving bag because I want to now do Tom Turkey, and I want to do little Tilly Turkey, and I want to do the Thankful for myself, and I also, I think, have another Thanksgiving chart in here that I haven't started yet. So it's kind of just all shoved in here, a little hodgepodge, and I'm going to work on that. So that's one full finish I had, two full finishes I had that were started this past year. And then at Stitch West, as I said, I participated in the Smalls Exchange, and I was gifted with this beautiful biscornu. Just look at that work. It's a Kathy Haberman design. I absolutely love the colors the person chose. Look at their beautiful stitching to stitch the pieces together. This is the bottom. I have some patterns that are biscornus, but I have not tried them yet. This is giving me the mojo I need to try them. And the woman's husband made this adorable stand to put it on. So I was very blessed to get that. So that was exciting. During this last semester, I've also been Zooming every month with my friends from StitchCon. So we had been working on All Together Peppermint Twist, which was from the 2010 All Dolled Up series from Little House Needleworks. And I actually finished this. I did it on a scrap piece of Even Weave. And I think it's a 28 count, but I really couldn't tell you. So this is my finish on that. If you can see this, I'll go up nice and close, go back a little bit. And there's little pom-pom trim behind it. What I did was I finished it on the top of this container. I had this idea that I wanted it to be finished on the top of a container that could have peppermints. And it was an idea I got because if you go to Keepsakes in Ohio, that is how they have it finished. However, I think they did it back in 2010 when this came out, and the type of container that was called for is no longer available. So I was searching high, searching low, trying to find something. Everything is round. Nothing had a square finish. And right before Christmas, I was in Target with my mom. And I looked over and they had a line just in their kitchen area of these. And I actually had the finished stitch with me because I was so determined to find something that I had it with me, and I folded it up and I put it in there and I'm like, it's perfect. So I was very excited to have this one come to fruition for me. So that was a full finish I had completed. And when I was at Stitch West, the other thing I was really determined to do was to really get some ornaments done. So in my mind, I failed miserably with ornaments this year. And the reason I say I failed with ornaments is because my goal was to give every family member an ornament this year, and nobody got an ornament. I have finished a few, but it was kind of one of those things, I'm not going to give them to one person if I can't give them to everybody. And part of it is my own fault, because instead of slow and steady wins the race and stitching like one a month or a couple of months so that they're done in December, I decided to wait till like Thanksgiving and then say, oh, it's ornament time. And my life was so busy, I just couldn't get them done. I did get some done at Stitch West, but those were pretty much the only, and I fully finished them here. So the ones that I did and finished at Stitch West and now have fully finished are one of Brenda Gervais' Reindeer Games. I did a conversion to Sulky Cottons, and the one I finished is the one with Santa riding on this adorable reindeer. And I did this with an 18 count Aida. And what I did was I had some ornaments. Nope, these ornaments came actually with this package. I painted them red with the white. On the back, I Mod Podged some material because I just thought that was a nicer finish than just the paint. And then I used some rickrack and a circle that I just cut out from mat board, and there you go. So I do love the way this came out. I have the other two left to stitch, so all of my threads are in there so I don't misplace them. So that was a fun finish. This finish came from an old set of patterns. It was a Santa and a thing that said Noel that I had picked up at Goodwill for like $1. I have no idea where the pattern is right now. The Noel I would not stitch, but I do love the Santa. So here is the Santa, super cute. And I did mess it up. This part here that is green was actually supposed to be a different color because it was supposed to be part of Santa's bag. But I messed it up. So I thought, well, the teddy bear's a girl and she has a dress on and it works and it is what it is. So with this one, last year, I did not get to it this year, but last year I happened to be at, I think it was Hobby Lobby when all their Christmas stuff was like 80–90% off after the holidays, and I picked up some ornaments. So this is a black ornament, and on the other side it says like Happy Holidays. So again, I just used a circle finish and did that. So that one came out pretty cute. It's on whatever crunchy piece of Aida came with the old kit, and I'm fine with that. I have no problem using old crunchy Aida if it's what's available. The other finish came from Chantel 141, did an ornament box this year. And her ornament box this year had both unfinished wooden ornaments for you to finish, and it had patterns to go with each of them. And they're all fantastic. The only one I completed was Snow-Kissed Mittens by Robin Pickens. And I did it at Stitch West. And it called for 14 count Aida or 28 count linen, and then add it for 32. If I were to do this over, I would do it on 32, or even go to an 18 count, because while I love it, and I love the way I finished it, to me, this piece kind of takes over the sled. Like, look at how cute this, my back is not wonderfully painted, because it's the back, but like, you miss out on all the curves and definition of the sled on this side because the piece is so big. So I think I will probably restitch this again at some point. Who knows if I can get the same sled from Chantel, because it came with one sled, but I'm thinking she probably has some in there. And then what I did is I had a really cute snowflake little, it wasn't a button. I don't know, just like a package of things to put on a tier tray. So I put that in the middle with a string, and then I had this holly rope, and so I decided to hang it from there. So I do love the way this came out. I just wish it were a tiny bit smaller. So next time I stitch it, I'll stitch it a little smaller, and I have to get better at my painting, but it's okay. I'll get there. So those were my fully finished finishes. A couple other finishes I have. I was working on Cardinal Claus from Stitching with the Housewives. So I did finish him, and he's on this really crunchy piece of white Aida, because like I said, I'm just using things in my stash. I think it's a 16 count. No, it's probably a 14 count. But I think he came out really cute. He stitched up quicker. I never realized how quick some of these Stitching with the Housewives ones would stitch up. So I stitched him up, and I have a circle to get him on right now. And then I have another circle that I've Mod Podged the back, so he'll make an ornament that way. So he just has to get fully finished. I just ran out of steam and didn't get it done before Christmas. And then and here's what, okay, so let me show you what this is going to go on though. So this was the Christmas shop at Hobby Lobby, and this dude is going to get put on this circle, and there might be another circle with him. Maybe not, I'll have to see, but he'll get glued to that middle, and so that's what's going to happen there. So that's how he's going to get put together at some point before next December. I've decided this year I'm going to do ornaments throughout the year. I'm going to keep a box of ornaments. Some I'll already know who some of them are for. Some of them it's going to be like, who speaks to me right now. And my goal, I think, is going to be to give them out at Thanksgiving, because then people can display them on their tree for the year. So that's going to be my goal. Back on Mother's Day weekend, I went to a stitching store near me. I went to the Attic Needlework, and I bought Botanical Bee. So I have finished it, and I did a conversion to my own colors. So I have finished it, and I put some stabilizer on the back. This is going to be, I just had it. I'm going to do a circle finish. So I need to cut it and trim it along, and then it's going to go on here. So that is another one I have to fully finish, and that Botanical Bee is a Kathy Hopperman design. So those two are ready to be fully finished. So that's where those are. That is all my finishes and fully finishes. So now we get into whips, people. So one of my whips, actually I have another one, but it's across the room and it's beading, and I'm not moving it till it's done, because it'll be a bead mess. One I'm working on, and I will tell you, I was trying to get this done frantically on Christmas Eve, and I finally said, you know what? It's not happening. It's going to be next year. Is Winter Holiday. It's a cute little Mill Hill kit. I am loving it. I'll show you where I'm at. I'm in the middle of beading it. But this is how it's turning out, and I'm absolutely loving it. There's lots of beads in here. These are little beads here. And right now I am working up with these white beads, and then I'm going to come down and get some more done. And there's big beads in here. They're like those longer beads. I don't know what you call them. They're not seed beads. They're the ones that almost look like rectangles. So I've got to finish this. I'm almost done it. It's probably one night of beading, not even like a half hour of beading, and it'll be done. So that I need to work on. The other one that I am beading, and I can get it, and I'm just not going to bring the whole thing over. I'll just bring the picture over if I can find it. Yeah. I am working on this adorable little ceramic tree, which is another Mill Hill, and I have it almost all beaded. It's a lot of beads, people, but I'm almost done. So that one too is gonna get finished very soon. It'll count for 2025 finishes. I love that. I'm sorry my lighting is getting a little funky. I finally had a little energy to do this, and it's almost dark here, so I apologize if the lighting gets crazy. So a couple other things. Back in the fall, I was trying to work on Halloween things at Halloween time. And in October, and I did bring this to Stitch West with me, I was working on This Is Halloween. It's an older Primrose Cottage chart, which I love. And I am doing this on Forbidden Fiber 25 count Lugana. It is almost done. So I used colors from my stash for this, but picked colors similar. So I did an orange. It's just not the orange they called for. When I did this, I did not realize how much black there is. I mean, I know there's a lot of black, but I said, hey, I've got a full skein of this black, this onyx from Weeks Dye Works. It's going to be great. So then I'm at StitchCon, not StitchCon, Stitch West, and I ran out of black. And luckily, Abby, Top Knot Stitcher, was there, and she had some. Super. I bought it. You guys, I ran out of black again. I had this almost all done right before Halloween, and I ran out of black. So I put it away, and I said, it'll get done. Everything but the black is done on here. So I'm going to show you another whip in a minute that I needed to order Krynic for. And when I ordered the Krynic, I said, well, I'm not just going to order two. I'm not going to just pay shipping for two things of Krynic. So of course, what else do I need? Well, I need black onyx to finish this. So I got my black onyx in. And of course, I did treat myself to a pattern. I guess I'll just show that to you right now. Let me grab that. It's right here, actually. So here's my Krynic and my onyx from Weeks Dye Works. So I can finish this up. And then look at this nativity pattern from Erica Michaels. Okay, you guys, I have a problem. I have a lot of berry patterns. Do you know how many berries I finished? It's a big fat 0. So I do need to stitch some of these up, and I need to finish them. So I couldn't resist this one. I had not seen the nativity berry for sale. So I was like, well, it's coming home. I think I was pretty restrained. That's all I ordered. I thought that was pretty good. I do need one more color of Krynic, but nobody has it right now. So I'm waiting for it to come in. And you know what? You're going to hear a crinkle because right now while I'm here, I'm taking this onyx and putting it right in with this chart. And so this is going right back in its little home for right now. Because my goal is to get that done maybe soon. So that it's a quick finish in 2025. I can get that out of the whips pretty fast. Okay, back in late September, early October, I had a fantastic opportunity. My husband and I celebrated our 30th wedding anniversary, and we went to Disney World. Yes, we were there for Milton. It was fantastic. It was all good. We had so much fun while we were there. I could just live there. But I wanted to have a Disney World stitch. So I talked to Emily from Stitch and Mama a couple times through Instagram about like, did she have some good patterns? Because she loves Disney and does a lot of patterns. And she sent me to a couple Etsy shops, and I decided on this beautiful Cinderella Castle counting cross stitch. And the colors are fantastic. You're seeing black and white. But I did concentrate on the bottom of the castle, and look at these rich colors, you guys. I love them. This is a purple Be Stitch Me fabric. Do not ask me the name because I do not know. But there's the colors in front of the palace that I've started with. I will stitch on that some more when I get a moment. But did want to share that with you because I loved it. And while I didn't do a ton of stitching in Disney, it was kind of cool to be like, I'm at Disney and I'm stitching. There's just so much to do there. When I was at Stitch West buying all the things, and I did buy lots of all the things, I did get this really cute Jim Shore ornament. I apologize for the piece of string in there, but I'm not taking it out. It's a little Nordic snowman. And I'm like, oh, that'll be so cute. And oh, it's got beads and it's on paper. And it's going to be the quickest stitch ever. I don't know what I was thinking. Do you guys know how many shades of white and gray and brown are in this? You guys, it is insane. I typically do not mark off when I'm stitching. This one, I am marking off like a crazy woman. And I'll show you my current progress. It's one of those ones you work on it a little bit and you're like, okay, I need a break. But you guys, all I have done is ecru, white, and gray. And there is like 1.5 billion colors in there. I am loving it. I'm telling you right now, this labor of love I am keeping because it is a big one. A lot bigger than I thought. So again, another ornament I'm gonna work on. So this whole holiday season, I felt like I was doing nothing but working on ornaments. And it was getting a little tiring. So right before Christmas, I decided that I wanted to take out another one of my whips and work on it. So I started working on Blitzen from Nora Corbett. And this is the first in the reindeer series I am doing. But basically, I worked on this till Little Christmas. I worked on it after Christmas. But I got pretty far on her. I think it's beautiful. I have done everything in the reindeer and down here except for beads. I need to get up here and there's greens here and there's greens here. After that, I've got beads and Krynic. So the beads and Krynic are what I need to get done. Hence the Krynic I just got in and the beading. But I just am in love with how quick it's stitching, how beautiful it's stitching. I am thoroughly, thoroughly enjoying it. But I did put it away for a little bit when I got to that because I needed to order the Krynic. And this one I am doing on I think it is a 28 count even weave. I know I have more of it around, and I got it all kitted up at Stitcher's Paradise over in Vegas. So as I go, I will figure out more with that. What did this bag go to? Yes. You know when you have a bag and you're like, yeah, bag's empty. What did it go to? And you're like, I don't know. I just have. So life is good. All right. Does this go in here? Sorry, I'm just trying to be... Nope. Okay. The next one I'm going to show you is one that I bought all the patterns for this way back when I came back into stitching in like 2020, 2021. And I kitted it up about a year ago at Stitcher's Paradise with all the call for colors from Lizzie Kate and the blue 16 count Aida. I go between Aida, even weave, and linen. I prefer Aida and even weave to linen, but I'll use any of them. And this is Christmas Rules by Lizzie Kate. And this shows you kind of what it is, how it starts up here with Christmas Rules. And then there's all these little flip books, and there's 2 in each one. I am still up here on what says Christmas Rules, which is a freebie chart, which I can't show you because it only has the chart. But here's my progress. So I've made some pretty decent progress on that. And I have my beautiful new holiday needle minder from Flamingo Toes. If you have not bought needle minders from Flamingo Toes, check them out. They're the best. They're stable. They're sturdy. They're strong. I love them. So I'm working on Christmas Rules. I made a mistake in it, but I was not moving down. So I'm keeping it. I'm not even going to tell you what it is. Maybe you'll notice it someday. Maybe you will not. So that one, I kind of putting it away for right now, but I'm still plugging along with that, if that makes sense. Another one that I have been working on a bit is Tomatoes from Barbie the Pedal Pusher. And this one I started at StitchCon, and it's kind of been my like car work. I work on it when I'm in the car, and it's getting there. I have the rest of this. I have another edge that looks like this that's going to be off. It's like right at the white on the Q-snap. So I'm going to have to move the Q-snap to get to the finish there. I have like 2 little tomatoes to put in here. And then I have all of these little leaves to put in. In the pattern, she does them in one color. I'm going to do them in all 3 of the greens that I'm using in the pattern. Because I want it to be kind of whimsical down there. I don't want it to be so planned. I just haven't gotten there yet. So that's where I am with this one. And this one I really would like to have finished to have up in my house in the spring. So I'm going to work on this one some more. I did a conversion with Forbidden Fiber Co.'s colors which I think I've posted another time, but if you are interested in that, let me know and I will certainly get it to you. I'm stitching this on Cafe Latte 16 count Aida from Fiber on a Whim, and it is wonderful to stitch on, and I love the greens in it, like the fabric. Let me just show you really quick. I don't know if it'll come up here, but up here, can you see those greens? I just love that it's almost like gardening. It's just fun. So that's another one that I've been working on, and I hadn't been working on it for a while, and then I needed to go someplace, and I said, well, I'm just going to grab it because it's quick and it's easy and it's here. So that's what I did there. So that is pretty much what I have been stitching on for the past, I'm going to say semester, because it's been a full semester of school. I am hoping it does not take me a full semester to get back here. What I would like to do is do a full whip parade with you. Talk about, when I do that full whip parade, talk about what I've stitched on from now until I do that whip parade. And perhaps get a few more things finished before then. So I'm hoping to come back with a whip parade probably the end of January is going to be my goal. I did get the opportunity to adjust my crafting room over Christmas, and I got some new shelving, and as I did that, I said, wow, I have these full series that I have not stitched yet that are taking up so much room. I just need to stitch them. So I've got some loose goals for the beginning of this year, but I am a proponent for stitching what I want to stitch on. That is something that it's for fun, it's relaxation, it's to decorate my home, it's to gift to people, and if I'm not enjoying it, why am I going to do it, right? So I'm not going to make 8,000 goals that I'm not going to keep because it's just not worth my while. I will get some more of my whips finished. I will start more things, and I guess my only true plan I have is to get some ornaments done and to do a couple more of those Thanksgiving sassy strippers. Those are my only true plans that I'm like, yes, I want to make sure I get those done. So I'm going to keep plugging away, and we'll see how I continue to work through my stitching choices. The other goal I do have is to start to write down all of my whips and what I work on, so I can have stats like other people have. I don't care about how many stitches I put in and all of that, but it would be neat to say, hey, I started the year with this many whips. I've got these many off my list. This is how many are still there. These are the new starts. These are the new things I did. So that's something I probably will try to do better at this year. We'll see. I appreciate you guys being here. If you are still here through this whole thing, thank you so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for giving my channel a chance. If you can recommend it to somebody else, that would be fantastic. I hope that I brought you some ideas or enabled you a little bit, or just was another voice while you're stitching. Love this cross-stitch community. Love to get back to the Flosstube community, and appreciate you all for spending your time here. I know there's a lot of folks out there you can spend your time with. So thank you so much. Happy stitching, have fun, and be true to you.